Well, hello, my soul friends. It is Victoria with a very wobbly camera. Let's see if I can stop it. Anyway, I decided to do a hybrid video for the solstice and Cancer season. So yay! I had to put on my yellow sunny shirt because here in the Northern Hemisphere we are celebrating summer solstice, the longest day of the year. And my friends in the Southern Hemisphere, you're moving into winter. So, and it is the start of Cancer season. It is when the sun moves into Cancer. Typically, every year it's around June 20th or June 21st. This year it is on June 21st, and I don't know the exact time. I didn't look it up. I tell you, I am not the detail astrologer. I am the intuitive astrologer. Anyway, welcome to the Soul Nurturer channel, where I offer up whatever my soul feels called to share with you, things that I feel like we are experiencing in the collective as a way to nurture and support your unfolding and our collective unfolding. So thank you for joining me. If this is your first time, consider subscribing. Take a look at some of my other videos. And if you feel resonant with my message, what I'm trying to create, I'm really just unfolding this in real time, learning and growing as I go, as we all are, right? This was a vision in 2020, and I'm still like trying to figure out the higher soul call. The only thing I know is I'm called to be here. We'll see where it goes from there. Anyway, thank you for spending some time with me. Please do comment. If I touch on something that resonates with you, please comment. I'd love to know where you're viewing from, and yeah, any questions you might have. Okay, so before I pop into the solstice, and I'm going to be focusing mostly on summer solstice because I live in the Northern Hemisphere. And I also want to shout out to my Cancerian friends. Happy birthday season. This is your time to shine. Truly feeling into the summer solstice, which is the beginning of summer, Cancer season. It feels like we're going to have a summer of love. Anybody need a summer of love? Feels really good. There's some interesting aspects, but mostly I feel like it's a call to really shine a light on our love life, how we love ourselves, how we love others, what we value, what we want to cultivate in relationships, what we need to review. I'm going to talk about that a little bit. Venus is going to be going retrograde. But, I wanted to share this. I was thinking, I would say, 22 years ago, I didn't even know what summer solstice was. I hadn't a clue. Living in California in a suburban area, felt like summer almost every day in California. Didn't have the changes of the seasoning, wasn't connected to nature in the way that I am now, living in a rural small town in Washington State, where I'm deeply immersed in nature, deeply aware of the seasons, deeply aware of the natural cycles. And that is what astrology does, call us back to this cyclical world, this, the celestial cyclical nature, and our, earthbound nature, and our own unique soul nature. And when we pay attention to these natural cycles, we can give ourselves grace. We could pace with the cycles. We can not override our natural instincts. We can honor where we are. And I think it's really, really important. So what is solstice? Solstice, well, in summer solstice, the longest day of the year, but it's solstice that happens twice each year. There's summer solstice and winter solstice. And of course, Northern Hemisphere and Southern Hemisphere, we take turns with that, right? So the word literally means the standing still of the sun. It's derived from the Latin word solstium, which comes from the parts sol, sun, and sistere, to stand still. So, yeah, it feels like, like our ancient ancestors perceived the sun as not moving, standing still, longest day of the year. So, what does this mean to us symbolically? Um, Longest day, most light, moving into the time of, where nature is just really, um, well, beyond springing to life. We went through spring where things were budding and things are growing. There's fertility, there's energy, there's vitality, right? Um, and there's, as I look at the chart, it just feels like such a playful time, and a lot of so it's Cancer season. It's a time to nurture our own souls, to cultivate our own light. Okay, so let me go into my touching on the archetypal expression of Cancer, my Cancerian friends, whom I love, and my North Node is in Cancer. I'm married to a Cancer. Cancer is a water sign, a cardinal sign. We think of the archetypal expression of Cancerians as the nurturers, the nourishing, the caretakers of the home and hearth. It is home and hearth. It's all about family and those connections of nurturing and growing potential. And those who have planets, the sun, moon, or Cancer rising, or North Node, I truly, really, really, really relate to Cancer archetype. And my moon is in Leo. I think I remember looking at a chart years ago, and it could have been almost in Cancer. So I really relate to the Cancerian archetype. The natural helpers, the ones who want to just step in and just make sure everything's okay and everyone's okay, everyone's fed and taken care of. We love to nourish and nurture the souls of others. And let me see if there's anything else I wanted to say about Cancer. The protector. Think about the symbol of Cancer is the crab. The hard shell, because it's a vulnerable, tender being. So Cancerians can come across as kind of guarded, maybe. It's because they're so tender and so vulnerable, and they're careful as to who they let into that vulnerability, but they're very good at protecting others, and really just taking care of life essence, nurturing life, security, home, hearth, all those good things. The one that constantly asks you, how are you doing? How are you feeling? Do you need some food? They're the ones that want to offer you that nurturing, warm, comforting hug. So this energy of Cancer, as we move into it collectively, and did I say happy birthday to my Cancer friends? Yes, I think I did. And if you are a Cancerian watching, or moon or rising in Cancer, or like me, a North Node in Cancer, and you really relate, or moon conjunct sun, because moon rules Cancer, tell me how you feel about you, or the way that the archetypal expression of Cancer shows up in your being. If I've missed something, comment, and also tell me when your birthday is so I can wish you a happy birthday. Okay. Or happy solar return. Okay. So where was I going to go here? Okay. Oh, I know. I do want to look at the chart. Let me look at the chart and tell you what's happening. So for me, I feel I'm still learning about summer solstice. Solstice also, in the southern hemisphere, it's the same chart astrologically. It's just what's happening. Are we having more sun where we are? Because of the way the tilt of the earth as we go around the earth, or around the sun, as we get to this position, we have more light, obviously. The thing that I found really interesting, that was confusing to me, not being connected to the natural rhythms, I was confused by, okay, how is it the start of summer, the longest day? That made sense. But then it's the start of summer, and then we start to lose the light. Like, we've been growing to summer solstice, to the longest day of the year. And then the next day, we start shortening the days. We start going back, losing the light, until we go all the way to winter solstice, right? The shortest day of the year. So I always thought that was confusing. I thought, well, it's summer. It's like we're gonna have like sun and sunshine longer all day. So that was confusing. I thought I'd share that in case anybody else was confused by that. Anyway, like I say, my friends, I am learning and growing as I share things. I'm always astonished how much there is to know about astronomy and astrology. There's so much, and I'm willing to keep learning. Have patience with me as I do. I don't pretend to know everything. I would never profess to know everything, because I think when you think you know, that's when you stop to grow. I kind of like that. When you think that you know, that's when you'll stop to grow. It doesn't work grammatically. When you think that I don't know, something like that, because it doesn't quite work. It would be, that's when you stop growing, but works better, know and grow. Anyway, there's my Dr. Seuss of transformation coming out. All right, so on the actual summer solstice, and I do encourage you to get outside, do something, honor the day. It is a day of celebration. It is a day of celebrating the light in the world, in you, in this beautiful gift of the sun that we have that grows, it grows and nurtures the earth, and it grows our plants, and it gives us, life force energy. So get outside. Maybe you'll do a ceremony of some kind, but here's what I would suggest, because I look at this, the sun is, moving into Cancer at 0 degree Cancer. The moon, oops, am I on the right date? Yeah, okay. The moon in Leo, and then we've got Mercury in Gemini, Venus and Mars in Leo. So Leo, even though it's Cancer season, feels like Leo season because there's a lot of Leo energy. Leo is taking the spotlight of your own life. Leo is the lover. And what's interesting, this is why I'm calling it the summer of love, because we're starting the summer with this signature, this astrology, this energy, however you want to think about it. I hesitate in saying this energy because I know people think it's woo-woo, but this natural, cosmic template. No, that's not it. This natural cycle of the astrological weather. How about that? There we go. So it's sunny, and it's summer, and it's vital, and it's expressive, and it feels like I'm ready for love. How about you? I'm ready to open my heart and shine. I'm ready to love and be loved. This is what I feel about this summer season, this Cancerian season, and we're not even in Leo season yet. But here's a few other interesting things I want to make note of. One is that I don't often cover asteroids, but it's an exact conjunction. Juno, the asteroid of connected to sacred union, sacred marriage, mystical union, loyalty. Juno is also known as Hera, which was, I'm forgetting who she was married to. Was it Zeus? Anyway, she's known as the loyal wife. And she's also, this asteroid is also associated with bringing people together in union. So another marker of summer of love, baby. So there's that. And then what's interesting is that Venus is conjunct, let me go back to the chart. I get myself confused because I write a few notes in case I don't have enough to say, which I don't know why I think that I always have enough to say, especially it's distracting to look at notes and charts when I just want to go, oh, here's what I think. But I want to have some precision as well. I want to get better at actually looking at what I'm talking about instead of just freestyling from the ethers. So we have, where am I looking for? Oh, I'm sorry. It's Lilith. Lilith is conjuncting Venus and Mars in Leo. Lilith is, the rebel. Lilith, the mythology of Lilith was, she was Adam's first wife and was kicked out of the Garden of Eden because she would not submit. So there's something about this summer solstice chart that's about the rising of the sacred feminine. It's about the empowerment of the feminine choice. Like, this is like, women, don't wait to be asked out. You decide who you want to date and go get them, right? Go take the action, take the initiative. But the other thing that's happening is that Virgo is going to be going retrograde. I think that we are in what is called the pre-shadow period of, the time before it technically goes retrograde, which, yes, it started on June 19th, this pre-shadow period. But this is where you maybe start feeling like the retrograde energy, or like suddenly you want to call your ex-boyfriend or your ex-partner. Suddenly you're reviewing how your relationship's working. When it goes stations retrograde on July 22nd, that's when we're really in it. And that will be, we'll be reviewing. We'll be slowing down to take a deeper look at how we love, and what ways we love, who we love, and what we are worthy of. Leo energy is very much about, I am the queen. I know what I'm worth. I am the sacred goddess. And so it's a call to that level of knowing your value, that you, and I'm speaking in general, you are the king, you are the queen. You are the one that sits at the throne of your life. And I always say this too. I mostly work with young women, so that's my reference. My clients are mostly women. I have a few men that come to me, but I say to mostly the young women, when you're looking to partner with someone, like, you have the most sacred spot open in your life, and that is for a partner to come alongside of you. And oftentimes we are so, like, we put more energy and focus into say if we had a job opening, we'd interview them, we'd look at their references, but man, we'll just be like, he's cute, this guy looks great, and we discount all that we value for the sake of trying to love or be loved. And I'm inviting you to rise higher, focus on what you desire from your place of worthiness. So let me ask you, leaning into this summer of love, and on this special, beautiful solstice day, when we're gifted with energy to really think, we've got, Mercury and Gemini, think about, what did we learn about relationships and love? Usually it's what we got handed down, what we witnessed our parents doing. But when we bring to consciousness our patterns of love, we get to change those patterns to align more with our soul potential and our heart's desires. And I love working with people on reclaiming that kind of authentic love, and preparing your mind, body, subconscious mind for you to partner with someone aligned with your soul, not with your conditioned self, but with your authentic, this is truly who I am, which I feel like is summer solstice. Shine authentically. Truly be yourself. And I'll tell you, my soul friends, there's no greater feeling than to be loved at the core of your being for who you are. My greatest treasure in my life is my relationship. I don't have a lot of, material success, let's say. My focus was healing my relationship wounds. I grew up without a father. I didn't see my mother in a healthy relationship ever. I didn't see anyone that I knew growing up in healthy relationships. For me, let me just say what I think a healthy relationship looks like. You get to decide that for you. But a healthy relationship is mutual respect, good, honest communication, each partner committed to their own soul purpose and soul growth, and committed to not interfering with the partner's individual passion and purpose. I love the quote, healthy relationships are walking alongside of each other while on separate paths. I also love the quote, if you are exactly I thought of this the other day. I almost made a post, but I thought it could be mean. I don't like to be mean, but I thought it was real. You tell me what you think. If you are in a relationship with someone who's exactly like you, the same interests, the same hobbies, you maybe even look alike, there's something so similar to your partner, one of you is unnecessary. And then this is what I got an addition and a little download. And you might be a narcissist. Do you get it? I mean, if you're just in love with yourself in a physical form in another body, well, I don't know. How are you growing? You know, the saying that opposites attract, that can be challenging. But, you know, my husband and I are very opposite in many ways, but our souls are aligned. So back to healthy relationships. And I'd like you to comment, what are some qualities of a healthy relationship? And one way to find this is if you grew up without healthy relationships, you can look at what didn't work or what you didn't like, or maybe you just got out of an unhealthy relationship. What didn't work, what you didn't like, what is the opposite of that, right? So mutual respect, mutual commitment. For me, top of the list, I'd say top 5, partner is committed to their own healing work. Let me say that again. Your partner is committed to their own healing work, because if they are not, and you're trying to do their work for them, that is codependency. You're trying to carry someone forward while you're trying to do your own work. Put them down, let them do their own work. And if they can walk next to you, then that's good, you know? And I always say that you want a partner that can walk alongside of you where you're going. You don't want to interrupt your path to go follow them on theirs, right? That is another thing I see a lot of young women doing. I also did that many, many, many times, more than I want to acknowledge. So healthy relationships, what else? Healthy relationships, taking personal responsibility. You know, yeah, there's so many more. Let's just start that. I think that for me, a basic foundation of a healthy relationship is you not only love the person, you like them, you admire them, you respect them. Okay, so write out a list. This would be my technique for this for the summer solstice, to create your summer of love possibilities. If you're in a relationship, there's always space to fine tune and to grow together. And when you invite your partner into to more of who you are, more authentically opening your heart, one of the things I value so much with my marriage, I can tell my husband anything, even if it's like, you know, stuff that I have to say to him. I need you to listen in a way, like, put your friendship hat on here. This isn't about you. This is about me. Right? And I give him that space too. That's healthy. That's super healthy. If you feel like you have to hide, you can't be yourself, you have to act a certain way to be in your relationship, that is a call for healing. Let this summer solstice shine light on where you're still hiding in relationship, or stuck in an old relationship pattern that's not aligned with what you desire to experience in relationship. Because if you're not experiencing what you desire in relationship, it means there's more healing work to do. There's more growing to do towards that potential. And again, I love this work. I love to help you, clean out your relationship file, update your subconscious relationship file with healthy references for what relationship that you're desiring looks like, feels like, and wiring in the belief system you need that you're worthy to have what you desire in terms of a relationship. Okay, well, I think that's all I have for you. Any questions? I think that's it. I do wish my friends in the Southern Hemisphere a cozy winter season with all of this astrology here. I would say it's a time for some inner reflection. Same thing, except for it's not summer solstice. It's more external. We're out there. We want to be out in the sun, out in nature. Winter is more inner reflective, right? And especially with Venus retrograde, doing this work that I'm talking about. Where do you need a relationship remodel, right? Reviewing. Remember, the retrogrades help us review, reclaim, restore, rebuild, recreate. So I wish you just a glorious solstice. If you do a ceremony of some kind, I'd love to know what it is. What are you going to do? I think that creating our own, especially with all this Leo energy, be creative with the way you want to honor the day, to honor the nature in you, to honor your authentic nature, dancing with the universal nature, with our collective nature, for the purpose of evolving and emerging more of our unique and beautiful soul potential. If you're interested in a session with me, go to my website. I'll put it in the description, but it's www.victoriajazwick.com. Thank you so much for being with me. I just invite you to let your beautiful light shine. And if I can support you in doing that, reach out for some support. All my love. Let's do it. The summer of love, baby. Here we go.